Becoming a responsible citizen is a central goal of the educational system, but many of today's children without strong, effective guidance go down the wrong road, make wrong choices, and receive the at-risk label. Judge John Sumner has seen generations of at-risk kids and the resulting damage they do to themselves and the community.
In today's society, all children are at risk. I've been a judge now for almost 10 years. Prior to that, I was a trial attorney, did a lot of public defender work, death penalty work, been a member of the bar. I've been in the system probably 25 years now. Prior to law school, I was a parole officer, so I've been on the forefront since the 80s. And I have never seen such a breakdown of what's going on in our society.
But clearly, intervention, re-education, and compassion can change many at-risk young people and turn their lives in a better direction. Educators like Dr. Lori Salerno say mentoring is their life's calling.
There's lack of relationship, there's lack of attention being given to them, and that's why I believe mentoring is such an important component. You know, one of the things that has benefited me personally is having my own mentor, and that was Mother Teresa. I went to Calcutta 5 different times, met with her 4 of those times, and she mentored me, and based on that relationship that I had with her, even though it was short-lived because she was very, very committed and busy, I came back, and the one thing she said to me is, go to the darkest spot and shine the light. And so I came back to this country, our country, and said, where is the darkest spot? Where can I make the biggest difference? So I began to investigate what the need was, finding out that in an average day, over 16,000 acts of crime were committed on or near school property. And then I saw that 2,861 young people in any given day would drop out of school. They're arrested for drug abuse, arrested for violent crimes. And seeing that need, I realized I want to be part of the solution to address that crisis.
So in 1996, Dr. Lori Salerno founded the nonprofit organization Celebrate Life International. And in 1999, the Teach One to Lead One program began changing the lives of young people in the Atlanta area.
Celebrate Life International is an organization that's dedicated to transforming at-risk students into responsible citizens.
The organization's influence soon grew beyond Atlanta, eventually reaching more than 20 states and beyond.
And about 5 years ago, we were able to go globally, starting first with South Africa, then to Australia, and then Russia. And we're excited about where we're headed in the 261 nations and territories. And we went into a classroom that a superintendent or a principal gave to us of her worst kids. It was her 9 worst kids. And she gave us 6 weeks. She said, here are 9 kids, do what you can. So we began to establish Teach One to Lead One with those 9 children for 6 weeks. By the end of the 6 weeks, their behavior had changed so drastically and their grades had gone up that the educator in the classroom said, I don't know how you did what you did, but this thing literally changed my class.
The program currently is the only one of its kind. It involves partnering mentors with small groups of at-risk students.
In our society, we have forgotten that children are children. We make them little adults now. There was a time when we took responsibility. Adults stood up. We realized children were children. They were transitioning from being the child to being an adult, and they needed guidance through that time.
That first group of students who went through our pilot of Teach One to Lead One, I believe they responded to 2 components, and that is the relationships. People in the community were coming in and saying, we believe in you, we want to help you, we're going to be in relationship with you. But more than just that, we gave them the ability to take their life and impact another life for the positive. That's why the program is called Teach One to Lead One.
Week to week to week, the students would learn about a different universal principle. We would do a DVD presentation. The mentors would then do a life skill application. After that, we would do a game, and the kids loved the games because there weren't just frivolous games, they were games that taught the students how to practically apply the principle they're learning that day in a fun and exciting format.
In addition to special training for all mentors, there's also a special certification program for youth development professionals.
One of the funny things is one of the students said, we need more mentors and you need to pay them more. not realizing that our entire mentor program is all volunteer.
We find that we're able to bring a true positive transformation among kids. We go into the classroom, we engage them, we do skits, we do activities, we do role playing, we do discussion groups. All of that is to bring an emotional commitment to the universal principle that we're teaching that is true for all people at all times and all places, things like respect, integrity, or self-control.
Dr. Salerno says students learn that embracing these universal principles brings a positive impact throughout their lives, but that rejecting them brings consequences. Mentors and students echo that assessment.
When we looked at grades from our third quarter to our fourth quarter, which was the time frame in which we implemented Teach One to Lead One program, the results were just amazing to all of us. We saw in some cases students increase 3 times.
We're very careful as judges with what types of programs we put children into. We wanted to take it very slow at first. We started a very small class, and we saw tremendous results from the first.
Selling dope, you know what I'm saying, real heavy in it. You know, I used to go to school just so I could, you know, sell the weed that, you know, I would get from Florida, you know, North Carolina. You know, I used to gangbang seriously. I was like a Crip, and it was all just to look for a father figure, really.
I decided I was going to do whatever I wanted to, and I didn't want to listen to my mom anymore. I wanted to just get out of the house and use anybody I could to get where I wanted to be, and obviously that was the wrong choice.
Right now, what I want to do is I want to be a firefighter. You know, that's it. That's what I want to do. Without them even telling me some certain things, you know, I realized not everybody's, you know what I'm saying, judgmental. Not everybody's a bad person. You know, some people actually believe in second chances, things like that. You know, they taught me a lot without even telling me.
One of the lessons from Teach One to Lead One that I remember so profoundly was the one where we learned about integrity. I learned that integrity is the way you are, you know, when nobody else is looking.
The at-risk students who are put into the program come from all racial and socioeconomic groups. The program is already receiving national attention from educators, legislators in Washington, and internationally because of its effectiveness.
The positive results we saw were in the kids themselves. Kids who use words like responsibility and character and integrity. What I've seen from Teach One to Lead One, their impact on the kids is to show them the right way that it should be.
We have a celebration, which is a big part of the program too, because after we teach the principle of honor, then we honor the mentors and we honor the students in a big celebration and a graduation of sorts. The graduation is a great way of celebrating, because that's the goal. We want the students to have a better life. That's the goal of the Teach One, Lead One program.
I decided, you know, if I want to be the person I want to be and not be affected by other people, I couldn't live the way I was living, and I had to take something to heart. So I took everything I learned from Teach One to Lead One to heart. I gained courage. I tried to live a life of integrity. It really was the start of a lot of the person I am right now.
It is estimated that each young person who gets on the wrong side of the law will cost society more than $1 million. Changing their future and creating responsible citizens is important for all of us. It starts with intervention, compassion, and re-education. And because of a few adults with a special calling, more young lives are changing than ever before. Celebrate Life International is a faith-based nonprofit leader in mentoring young lives through the Teach One to Lead One program, recognized as the only program of its kind in the entire country. Our certified leaders transform at-risk kids into responsible citizens.
It's not just a one-time shot. They keep coming back week after week after week, because Teach One to Lead One is not a shortcut. It's a long-term solution to the crises that face our children.
For more information on this groundbreaking program, call 1-877-529-7711 or go to celebratelife.org.